Hello. It's 8:20 a.m. So, due to yesterday's misunderstanding or incident, I changed my YouTube username back to, you know, my real name, Candy Grandpre, because I didn't want that lady to falsely make another false assumption that I change her username. Change my username to mock or copy off of her, or that I'm a perp trying to trying to hide detection, avoid detection or something. If she would think another insane thing about me, because before I had changed my username yesterday afternoon, before I realized she got mad or got angry, and at my attempt to give her credit for her video. So if it weren't for last night's situation, if it weren't for what happened last night, then I probably, I probably would have ended up going to, probably ended up get more sleep and fall asleep sooner than what happened. So my anxiety being high and me being agitated and stuff, I didn't even get to fall asleep until just after 4 o'clock in the morning, and then I woke up this morning at just before 8 o'clock. So I've been awake for maybe about 25 minutes or so, but the littlest bit of anxiety, it seemed like as if I would have unwanted intrusive thoughts, and it, like, the situation would also replay in my head like a broken record, with any situation that I go through. So, I mean, that lady, she acted like an arrogant, snobby, stuck up, narcissistic abuser. So, it's like even some people who are still actively being targeted, just like they have people who are real targeted individuals and being actively targeted, if they can be involved in the occult and Freemasonry and practice witchcraft, or if they can be way too many targeted individuals, whether real or fake, way too many of them are new age, into they into new age, and some of them mix Christianity and new age. Or some people, if they're still being targeted, I couldn't understand for the life of me, why would you act like a perp and do intentional harm and act like a perp. And sometimes, if you're still being targeted and I'm targeted, and you go along with the bullying campaign, and you intentionally try to hurt me, but I've never offended you personally or did you anything. So they even have a large amount of professed targets, who haven't perked me, but they're still targeted, but they don't like me for no reason, or they hate me for no reason, or people who I've never crossed paths with. So, but this lady, she misunderstood my intent, but it's like, I'm disappointed because, as I said, I felt like inspired by her videos and was learning a lot, and was shocked that her experiences seemed very much in common with my experiences. And, I try to not comment so much on, especially people who say that they're targeted. I try to not comment so much on their videos, because I'd be afraid that I'm walking on eggshells and don't know what I would say that might be offensive. So I'm no longer subscribed to that many TI channels on YouTube anymore, and I'm not following a whole lot of TIs on Twitter either. And if I do, then I only speak, like, I only occasionally, not regularly, but occasionally speak to like maybe 3 or 4 of them. So I don't remember how long I've been following that lady, but we were both mutual followers on Twitter. Like, she was following me and I was following her on Twitter. As I said, the previous video, if y'all want to, y'all can go look at it. As I said in the previous video, I mean, if you didn't want your accounts linked, or you wanted to remain anonymous, maybe you must have forgot that you had your YouTube link, in your Twitter bio. So, and you don't even have a whole 2,000 subscribers. You have like a little over 1,000 or something like that. But this lady, I mean, I understand the stigma, me being a homeless TI, I understand the stigma of, being homeless and stuff like that. But, this lady is like high-minded and arrogant, about the homeless thing, like as if she act like she thinks she's too good to be known as a homeless person or something like that. I mean, as I said, your perps know that you're homeless. Why can't the rest of society? So I mean, I know they have some, undetectable homeless people. Some people you wouldn't even know that they're homeless. But I understand, but it's like, oh, what I was trying to say earlier was, just like they have targeted individuals involved in certain aspects of the occult and witchcraft or Freemasonry. I'm not saying she is, because all she does, like, if she would mainly talk about her targeting, but I don't really see her on YouTube, talk that much about religious faith or anything like that. But I was trying to say that just because, just as there are many TIs who are involved in the occult and witchcraft, New Age, and all that, I've come across a lot of targeted individuals who are either covert or overt narcs, like narcissistic abusers and stuff like that, So, I mean, I hate that she made it like as if I was, some sick weirdo who was stalking and following her, But like, in the TI community, I don't know why she would think that way, because it's not uncommon for TIs to follow each other on more than one on more than one social media website. So I mean, they had plenty of people who, back in 2020, it wouldn't have been uncommon if I'm subscribed to your YouTube channel, following you on Twitter, and following you on Instagram, and we added as friends on Facebook. But, so the lady tried to make it like she don't know how I came across her YouTube channel, or if I'm one of her YouTube subscribers. She made it like she didn't know how I found her Twitter. Well, we were both following each other on Twitter. You were following me too on Twitter. So, I mean, but I never really saw that lady, I mean, well, no, I take that back. Well, every once in a while she might briefly share TikTok videos maybe of her daughter or something, and or granddaughter or something, but then make the videos private. But the majority of the time, I mean, well, who isn't really angry and frustrated, about this, the gang stalking experiences and stuff. So I mean, if she's targeted and I'm targeted also, you know, she tried to make it like as if I was a sick, weird perp who was, stalking and following her and stuff. And that really bothered me. So I mean, if you're interested, y'all can go back and look at the previous video that I did, talking about, I didn't mean any harm. So it's like, I mean, I doubt she would subscribe to me on YouTube, but now I have her blocked. She ain't got, because you ain't got to worry about me. You don't have to. I blocked you because so you don't have to worry about me, quote unquote, bothering you anymore. But I mean, that lady, I mean, in her videos, even though I mean, I thought she was just angry about the gang stalking, but you know it seems like she's pretty, arrogant and eternally angry and stuck up. To be targeted. But they got many of professed targeted individuals who walk around, arrogant and stuck up or conceited, which is traits of narcissistic abusers. Well, she didn't come off as conceited, but just snobby and stuck up. But but they got some people, whether real or fake TIs, especially the fake chosen ones cult. Y'all dabble into the 1111 and 777 new age. And then, you dabble into the new age and have weird thoughts about spirituality. And, you don't follow the Bible 100%, and yet you call yourself God's chosen or chosen ones. But then you go around perping and abusing people. But, I mean, it's like you play both sides, I'm just defending my innocence here, that I didn't intend to make any harm. That I, shared one of her, what I thought was an informative video, and then, tagged her name. But I feel like, I didn't know that she had a problem with that. But, again, I'm sorry. But, so, but then, I hate when people with narcissistic personalities, if you try to, if you have good intentions to be helpful or supportive, or or try to, even if you give someone a gift, it seems like they always take you the wrong way and make you out to be some sicko or some obsessed stalker weirdo and stuff like that. I mean, just to make themselves look like they think they're better than you. And targeted or not, even the perps or, even family members, if I wanted to, decide to share some of my groceries with another family member, they'll think that for me to, give a nice gesture, by sharing some of my groceries, then, you'll think that I'm this sick weirdo and wonder, well, why are you giving me this? So, I mean, But I mean, I'm glad I have a place where I can vent and express my feelings and my emotions rather than bottling them up. And another thing, but it's okay for the narcissistic perps to stalk everything you do. So they had kept forgetting that yesterday they had this narcissistic perp who made a comment, an angry, disgusted comment on my channel. I never saw him before. His name is Amir, Amir, who made a comment on my channel and said, well, how you say you don't do mukbangs, but you did a video the other day eating. And he's like, well, you're such a hypocrite at every turn. Well, good. Unsubscribe. So that's how I know that was a perp, because, you force yourself to stalk and watch my videos. And it's like if you never commented before, but then you act like you never commented on my videos before, but the first comment you ever in your life make to me is like as if you're familiar with me and been knowing me for a while. I mean, I really don't do mukbangs or regularly eat on camera, but a couple of rare moments, I may have done, a taste test. There's a difference between, a taste test or tasting a little sample of something or doing all out mukbang, videos for, entertainment and stuff. So, I mean, I'm not against, 100% against eating on camera, but, I just personally don't do it the majority of the time. But Saturday, or was it Sunday? No, I think it was Saturday. I just did like a brief little taste test, and that wasn't a mukbang, and so he made a big deal out of that. So of course I blocked him. I'm like, well, if you got a problem, then, you're not allowed to comment on any of my, you're not allowed to comment on any of my videos anymore. So, so you ain't got to worry about me no more. If you have an issue with me, you don't have to worry about me no more. But one thing I hate, whether it's another perp whether it's a perp or another TI, if I have a dispute with somebody, society already has chosen a side. They always defend and agree with the person opposite of me. And every altercation or situation I have with somebody, I'm never in the right. And it's been that way since I was a teenager. And probably even before, probably ever since I was a little kid. That if I have an altercation or argument with somebody, whether it be a foster family member or a biological family member or, sibling, or somebody at school or somebody on the internet, somebody online, everyone else is always in the right, and people always find fault with me. Now, I'm always wrong. So, I'm always in the wrong, in a position of wrong. I can never be right or defended in a situation, or nobody will ever agree with me. Because everything I do or say is just crazy talk and nonsense. But, that if that other lady supposedly, heavily targeted, she doesn't have a whole bunch of perps thumbing down all her videos. Like I get, so many massive thumbs down on my videos. But she didn't block this hypocrite, she didn't even block Chief Handler. She responded to him politely, and she didn't even block a comment. She didn't even block Chief Handler. But I've had like over a year ago, maybe a year or two ago, professed targeted individuals who huddled together, even on YouTube, and had me blocked, and for no reason. and I haven't even contacted them. And the first time I go make a comment, and I'm automatically blocked for no reason at all. But then they heart and like Chief Handler's comments. Like the Valenciaga TV, she was the one, one of the main ones, who did that. She would like and heart Chief Handler's comments or any other perp comments. But, for some reason, what did I do or say? I never came on her channel or said anything offensive. And, I'm blocked. I got blocked, So, it's like, everybody just acting bizarre lately. And I said that 2022 is not the year for me. Like, I'm already having a bad year. And I mean, January, the whole month of January went by slow and dragged. But then it's the end of March and almost April now. Already. Like, as if February and March went by fast. So, I mean, last night, I was up blogging, and it started to go to bed, I think, at about midnight or whatever. And then, but, no, I thought it was about, yeah, I thought it was, I started to go to bed about midnight or something and couldn't go to sleep. So, no, it was about 12:30 because I had finished blogging. It was about 12:20. So, I'm saying again, I didn't want that lady to think that, oh, Candy changed her username, after I did it. She's copying off of me or whatever. And when actually I changed my username before I found out that she changed her username and pictures and everything like that. So, I didn't want her to think that I was copying or mocking her or anything like that, even though I changed my username before I found out that she got offended at me. And so, maybe some other time down the line, I'll probably change the username back, to the other name, because I had been contemplating anyway to try to change my YouTube username. But, because of the incident, because I didn't want her to think that I was copying her, you know, is the reason why, I changed the username back to Candy Grandpre. But, I heard that the gang stalkers use directed energy weapons to manipulate us into arguing and fighting. And I know personally that sleep deprivation make you critical and make you hypersensitive, like increase hypersensitivity, and then make you moody, and then make you bitchy. You know, it really makes sleep deprivation can make you. And normally, I'm a very nice and friendly, outgoing. Not really outgoing. I'm an introvert. You know, I'm a loner, but I meant to say, sometimes I would be like a little, friendly or outgoing. But sleep deprivation can make you a real bitch. And, I really hate it. It's like it can make you a super, like, hypersensitive bitch. Um, so, maybe some other time down the line, I'll try to change the YouTube username, but for now I'll just keep. I changed it back to Candy Grandpre. As I said, I didn't want her to make another false assumption, that I had, that I was trying to copy her or something, or I was trying to do, this perp move or that perp move, because I really wasn't. So, I'm actually feeling just really still woke up this morning feeling really bad. So I only got like just under 4 hours of sleep, probably less than that. And my body feels that sleep deprivation feeling. My body feels sleep deprived still, but um my body feels sleep deprived, but my body won't let me go back to sleep. And now, what time is it? It's now 8:45 exact. I didn't eat breakfast. Um, I didn't eat breakfast yet, and so yeah. I mean, I did a little bit of grocery delivery through Dollar General yesterday, and it's hardly much of anything healthy over there. You know, but it was like $25 worth. It was the only amount of free spare money that I had. But the other money I have, to reserve that if I have to leave here and go to the storage unit, then if I have to leave here and go to the storage unit, then I got that money reserved so I won't have to be a burden. I'm hoping to get to stay, another few weeks or as long as I could and stuff. Because, I'm not getting any money that much money from my writings. Um, so I mean, they really have some targeted individuals out here, some other TIs out here who are not nice or who are not. I mean, I understand that due to the gang stalking, you can't really be that friendly, but as I said, professed targeted individuals, fellow TIs do each other more dirty and harsher than um than they act towards their daily perps. It's like they want to try to come down on you and try to think they can discipline you harder, but then they act like as if they're merciful and respectful towards their perps. Like the lady that I talked about in this video, in the previous video, she she one time did a video crying, trying to say that, well, she didn't realize that the perps were mind controlled and that they don't have any control over what they do, and that it's not their fault that they're perps, and that it's all AI. But you got mad at me like as if I maliciously and intentionally tried to hurt or destroy you or something. But yeah, it's like professed targeted individuals. It's like they'll act harsh towards me, or TIs and perps and fake TI perps alike. They all say that Candy's the perp and Candy's not targeted, or Candy's not a real TI. And they'll deal with me harshly and abusively. but then, they're defenseless and scared against their perps and act merciful and forgiving towards people who are out to hurt them, towards their actual perps. And if you haven't done me anything, I don't even, I don't try to be offensive, not intentionally. But thanks for letting me vent. And I hate the idea that this, because of the Wi-Fi acting a certain kind of bizarre, the Wi-Fi acting bizarre. I don't even know how many hours it's going to take to upload this video. But probably because I'm in here, they probably found some manipulated way to slow down the Wi-Fi on speed on purpose or something. Who knows what those bastards are capable of doing. But all I know is I'm still feeling distraught and disappointed about my doggone laptop and need to retrieve that information. So, I don't have much else to say at the moment, but I'll see y'all later.